Polynomials mean as you said, poly means many. Okay, nomials means like some values. It may be a constant value or else a variable value. It's a combination of many constants and variables. Okay, like we have types of polynomials based on the number of terms as well as based on the degree. How a polynomial will look like actually? See, a linear polynomial will have the highest degree of the variable is 1, like it is in the form of ax plus b, whereas a should not be 0. Here we are calling this a as leading coefficient. What? Leading coefficient. Okay, and a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial means the general form of quadratic polynomial. Usually we say ax square plus bx plus c. In this, a should not be equal to 0. Again, a is what? Leading coefficient. Not only a, the thing is leading coefficient should not be equal to 0. Also, we can name this polynomial. We can name this like p of x, q of x, meaning what? The name of the polynomial is p of x, which says the name of the polynomial, like it is a polynomial in the variable x, and the q of x is the polynomial in the variable y. Sorry, x, not y, man, my bad. See, q is a polynomial in x. Likewise, we can say a polynomial in y also. So, in this chapter, throughout the chapter, we will be discussing about a polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable. Also, we see the 0 of a polynomial. What is 0 of a polynomial? In 9th class, you have studied, I think. For example, this p of x is equal to x plus 5. What value of x makes this polynomial 0? Negative 5. Okay. That how we have find out? Simply this p of x equals 0. That means x plus 5 is equal to 0. X equals minus 5. For what value of x this polynomial will become 0 is called the 0 of a polynomial. Okay. Likewise, how many zeros a polynomial can have? How many zeros a polynomial can have? At most the degree. What is at most the degree? Suppose this degree of this polynomial is 1, it can have at most 1 0. At most 1 means that there will be no 0 or else there will be 1 0. Like if a polynomial has degree 2, take for example this polynomial p of x is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 1. This polynomial will have how many zeros? At most 2. At most 2 zeros. Okay. Now, to solve this and all, several methods are there that we will say. Now, here we say at most 2 means there will be no 0 or else 1 0 or else 2 0, but not more than 2. That is the idea. Okay. How we can identify this zeros? By simply looking into a graph. By simply looking into a graph. See, when we say a polynomial in x, we have two axes that you know, right? This is x axis, y axis. and I say this is the curve of the polynomial p of x. This curve intersects x-axis, that cuts x-axis in how many points? See here 1, 2, 3. So this polynomial has how many zeros? 3 zeros, exactly 3 zeros. Okay. Likewise, for a quadratic polynomial, one of these cases may arise. Either the curve of a polynomial, like a quadratic polynomial curve is a parabola. Okay. So a curve of a quadratic polynomial is what? Parabola. Okay. And its direction of the parabola depends upon the value of the leading coefficient, whether it is positive or negative. If it's positive means it will open upwards. If it is negative means it will open downwards. Okay. See, this has how many zeros? 2 zeros. Likewise, this like it may come. This has how many zeros? No zeros. Or else this may be touches the x-axis at exactly 1 point. Then how many zeros? Like what? It touches x-axis at 1 point. Yes, man. See, it touches, man. Passes through a point. By exactly at 1 point, it touches and goes. Which means what? Intersection only. 1 point is common. When you can say two things are intersecting each other, we have at least 1 point common. Okay. See here 1 point is common between x-axis and this. Then it has how many zeros? 1 0. Here no zeros. Here 2 zeros. Okay. This and all for polynomial in x. Suppose I say a polynomial in y. For example, the same curve comes for polynomial in y. Instead of p of x, I am telling this polynomial in y. Then the 0 is given by the y axis. 0 is given by what axis? Y axis. How many points it intersects? How many points it touches? Only 1 point. So therefore only 1 0 in the point of y. Okay. So it is really important that whether the given polynomial is in what variable. If it is in x-axis means you should check x-axis. If it is in y-axis means p of y like it is there means you should check y-axis. Okay. With this understanding, we will start the example and the exercise also will see. See that example 1 in page number 27 in my book, in your book. See, this has how many zeros? 1. Perfect. And then this has how many zeros? See, I didn't told you it is in what variable. Yes, good. So here p of x, if I am taking means here we will have 1. Here also p of x is 2 zeros. Also, you see, this has perfect, good. Then this has okay. Then this has perfect. You are saying for both But in exam, what is asked, that alone you write, and that is enough. Now this 4 zeros and this. Okay. So this has 1 0 in x-axis, this has 2 zeros in x-axis, this has 1 0 in x-axis, and this has 1, 2, 3 zeros in x-axis, and this has only 1 0 in x-axis. Okay. Clear? The same way, look at the exercise 2.1 and answer. Okay.